So, you've probably heard about the blood type diet. It's one of those things that sounds super scientific and personalized. The idea is simple. What you eat should depend on your blood type, AB, or O. But is there really anything to it, or is it just another wellness myth? Let's dive in and break it all down. The blood type diet was introduced back in the 90s by Dr. Peter D'Adamo in his book Eat Right for Your Type. He claimed that each blood type evolved at different points in human history, which impacts how our bodies process certain foods. For example, people with type O are thought to be the original hunters, so their diet is high protein. Think meat, fish, and certain vegetables. Meanwhile, grains, legumes, and dairy are considered harder for them to digest, so they're advised to avoid those. It's essentially a paleo-style diet tailored to your blood type. If you're type A, the diet suggests you're more like an agrarian or farmer. Type A individuals supposedly thrive on a plant-based diet, lots of fruits, veggies, tofu, and whole grains. Red meat and dairy? Not so much. The theory is that type A folks have more sensitive immune systems and benefit from avoiding foods that could cause inflammation. Honestly, this one sounds a bit like the modern push toward plant-based eating, but there's no actual scientific evidence linking this preference to blood type. For type B, called the nomad, the diet is a little more flexible. It claims people with this blood type can handle a variety of foods, from meat and dairy to grains and veggies. But there are some odd restrictions, like avoiding chicken and certain nuts. Dr. D'Adamo suggests that chicken contains a lectin, a type of protein, that's supposedly harmful to type B individuals. Again, this is an interesting theory, but it's not backed by research. And then there's type AB, which combines elements of both type A and type B diets. People with this blood type are encouraged to eat foods like tofu, seafood, dairy, and green vegetables, but to steer clear of things like cured meats and caffeine. It's described as a sort of hybrid diet for those with the Enigma blood type. The idea is that AB folks inherited traits from both A and B ancestors, so their diet is a mix of both. On paper, all of this sounds super tailored and intuitive, but let's get real for a second. There's no scientific evidence that eating for your blood type actually works. A big review published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition looked at all the data and found no proof that this diet improves health outcomes. Another study in 2014 came to the same conclusion. People following these diets didn't see unique health benefits related to their blood type. So while it's an intriguing concept, it doesn't hold up under scrutiny. Now, to be fair, the blood type diet isn't all bad. It does encourage healthy habits like eating more whole foods and cutting out processed junk. For example, if you're type A and follow a plant-based diet, you might naturally eat more fruits and veggies. Or if you're type O and stick to lean meats and greens, you're cutting out a lot of the overly processed stuff we know isn't great for us. But the idea that your blood type determines what your body needs? That part just doesn't have the science to back it up. One big downside to this diet is how restrictive it can be. Imagine avoiding whole food groups like grains or dairy just because your blood type supposedly says so. That's not only tough to stick to, but it could also lead to nutritional gaps if you're not careful. Plus, there's the psychological impact, feeling like you're locked into a specific way of eating based on a theory that isn't scientifically proven. So, what's the takeaway here? If you've been curious about the blood type diet, there's no harm in experimenting, especially if it encourages you to eat more whole foods. But don't expect it to be some magic solution. At the end of the day, a balanced diet tailored to your unique body, lifestyle, and health needs, regardless of your blood type, is still the gold standard. And if you're not sure where to start, consulting with a registered dietitian or nutritionist can make all the difference. What do you think? Have you tried the blood type diet, or do you know someone who swears by it? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. And as always, if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.